But that's not to say that's the only thing that's come out of Sony's doghouse or Sony's wheelhouse over the last week. You know, we've said it multiple times on film here. I mean, I love my Vita. Okay. Well, I'll take that back. I'll step that back just a little bit. I won't say that I love my Vita, but I like it a lot. It's a capable hardware system. Problem with it is that, you know, there isn't the marketing power that Sony usually does to all of its other products to go ahead and buttress it up, but it's a really capable piece of hardware. And the thing is that a lot of people for the last few years have saying, you know, ourselves included, it's a legacy system. It's pretty much dead, or at least Sony treats it that way whenever they market it, which makes the next story really, really interesting. You know, with the Switch coming out, there has been a lot of blurring of the lines of portable systems and dedicated home console systems. Well, what was discovered, let's see here, earlier this week actually, was that Sony actually filed a patent for a brand new portable console that looks very, very familiar and very similar to an upcoming Nintendo effort that's coming out. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you sit there, you look at it, and you're like, wait a minute here, that can't be by coincidence. Now, if I was a conspiracy theorist and everything else, or if I was the theme, I would sit there and say, Sony was copying, looking over, writing down on their notepad, and they were copying stuff out. And if you look at the patent details that have been released out, we'll have a link for it in the description below, folks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks really, really familiar. The funny thing is, though, is that if you think about how things have been set up, the general layout and everything else has actually been done before with other Android and iOS tablets. But yeah, Sony back in 2015, they filed a patent for a brand new portable device that shows what looks like a flat tablet screen in the middle with two detachable controllers on the side. What do you think about that, Gray Mouse? I know you saw this. In fact, you're the one who brought this up to my attention.
I think it's fucking hilarious. It's just fucking hilarious. Because multiple times on this channel we've said you owe your gaming life to Nintendo.
Yeah.
And without Nintendo, there would be nothing for Sony or Microsoft to copy from. You know, we didn't really get a reveal of the Switch until what, October of last year, I think it was, something like that.
Well, yeah. Well, no, officially, yeah. I think it was like either it was at the end of October or maybe the beginning of November.
And that's when we actually got so it's been the NX ever since. I mean, I think the NX concept has been around since 14, right? I mean,
yeah, since 2014 at least.
And so this patent, and it's really weird. I love it because like all of a sudden people are starting to look at patents and it's like, wait a minute, this was patented back in 2015. And just like the theme has always said, you know, Microsoft's always looking over their shoulder with a pad. I just find it very interesting that, so do you think that Nintendo copied from Sony?
No, I think what the thing is that the tablet in the middle of a controller, or at least a controller layout, has been around for a while. Mm-hmm. I believe Razer has a controller that sits on the side of a tablet that's been out since like 2013 or 2014. It's been on the market already. That's very similar to that. So the idea as far as the hardware setup and everything else isn't new. Now, the thing about it, though, the thing that makes this one really, really interesting is that the fact that for the longest time, we covered how Jack Trenton said, "Oh yeah, it's a great device, but it's portables are dead prospects in the world of mobile gaming, right?" Yeah. And even Shuhei Yoshida, right, the head of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios, in an interview in 2015, he said that a climate dedicated for gaming handholds was not healthy. So this is one of those things where it was like, I remember we did a video back in 2016 about the MH, the rumored Nintendo MH, right? Mm-hmm. Which turned out to be like just musings from an industry analyst. But I remember in the follow-up to that video, I said that, if you don't think that Nintendo is not thinking of another portable, you're fucking stupid, all right? Likewise, Sony, even though the Vita isn't anywhere near as successful as the 3DS, if you don't think Sony isn't thinking about potentially putting out something else or having something in line, you're fucking stupid, okay? It would be like if Nike didn't have ideas for Jordans for 2018. You're fucking stupid, okay? They have ideas for that, okay? And they have those designs and everything patented out. These publishers and these industry leaders and everything, these companies, they're already thinking ahead of that. Generally speaking, with this particular one, all right, if the patent was filed in 2016, all right, or if it was filed like this fucking year, I would be screaming copycat. But since, like I said, Razer has had a controller dock for tablets that's predates all of this stuff from like 2013 or 2014. I'm not gonna cry copycat. It just seems really, really funny that this comes to light now, in the light of everything that the Switch is going to be out in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Well, the thing is, it's interesting too, is that nobody really bothered to look for it up until now.
Well,
I find that kind of interesting as well. And like you said, it goes for car manufacturers as well. So you're telling me that the Ford F-150 for 2019 model is not already being designed right now? Are you kidding me? You cannot be that naive in any manufacturer company,
Yeah.
So, but I think that was that same interview where Sony said that their PlayStation Vita was a legacy system. Then I think that was that same
year. Yeah, around that same time. Yeah, and the thing about it is that it kind of makes sense that they're already thinking past that. But it's one of those things that I mean, 2 points on this is that, no matter what you think of the Vita, I think it's a great system. It's a very capable system, mm-hmm. but it is woefully undersupported. Okay, Sony does not. Sony wipes their ass with it on a regular basis. Let me just say that right now. Okay, that's pretty much the support that they give it. And that's number one. And number two, even as a failing system, if you didn't think that Sony was thinking of a follow-up for it, that's really outside the realm of reality. Even with their failed projects or their less successful projects, they're always thinking forward on that. And that's the case with Microsoft. That's the case with Nintendo. I mean, everybody's been hearing rumors over the last few weeks that Nintendo is going to be putting out another DS, okay, or some other form of DS, even with the Switch being a portable console, okay. And guess what? I'm not surprised on that. With this particular patent, it's very, very interesting. But for the folks who want to go out there and scream, "Oh, they're copying the fucking Switch," no,
that's 2 years.
No, back. Yeah, we're already past the point that could have been said. Okay, that if that would have come in 2016, all right. If that would have come in the later part of 2016, I would have completely fucking agreed. But at this point, no. Yeah, it can't be said.
I just had a thought.
Go ahead.
Do you think Sony is doing one of those dope moments when they released the NX, or when they actually released the actual.
Saw the Switch?
Yeah, what I mean, cause I just thought about that. I was like, wait a minute, I could just see the Sony executives doing one of those numbers like, we had the patent back in 2015. You know, it's like, and then again, that's a capitalistic market. Whoever puts it out first.
Well, here's the thing too. I think the funny thing about it is that, okay, you know, if Sony would have went out of their way to put this particular portable out in the way that it's configured, and if the controllers do the exact same things that the Switch controllers do or the Switch Joy-Cons do, I would bet you dollars to donuts that it would cost $350 or $400 for the fucking portable console.
Either that or Nintendo would send a cease and desist.
No, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it because, like I said, the form factor and everything else, it's not exclusive to them. Okay, the form factor is not exclusive to them.
No, I'm talking about like what you said earlier about the Joy-Cons. I mean, that is patent. That little with it feeling like it, you know, you're filling up a glass full of ice.
The thing is,
the rumble.
The thing is, the HD rumble and other things like that. There are certain things that they patented as far as that goes. But like, if you said that it had detachable controllers and things like that, you know, or if the controllers had like gyroscopes and things like that, guess what? The DualShock had gyroscopes and everything else.
Everything has that now.
Yeah, you know, I mean, my cell phone has a gyroscope.
Exactly.
In it, all right. The thing about it is that I think where Sony was kind of at a point at all was like, you know, these guys are making this portable thing work. Why can't we do it? And the truth of the matter is that it's because Sony, you're not supporting your shit like it should be done. You know? And with the 60 million PS4 consoles out there, okay, I'm going to say maybe they don't have to do that, but you know, it's one of those things where I'd rather see exciting things for the Vita and have that in my hand than just wonder, okay, what's not a PS4 port that's actually worth it for me to go ahead and get a hold of? Because if there's a PS4 port of the same fucking game, I'm just going to get it for the PS4.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of interesting the way that things go. We would really like your thoughts, folks, as far as what you think about this particular patent. Look, if you're a Nintendo guy, if you're a Nintendo fanboy who wants to sit there and yell copycat, I'm gonna tell you right now, stop, don't do it. I fucking filed it back in 2015. The Razer had their fucking product out, you know, their controller product out for a tablet all the way back in like 2014, 2013. So just fucking don't even go there. It's not even a fucking point, you know.
And to make it even worse than that, you and I can file like a patent for almost the same thing. You know, like an iPad with no. It's not. It's not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we've always said with a lot of the other videos that involve like talking about patents. You know, last one we did was the head-mounted display for the Switch and everything. You know, just because a company puts out a patent doesn't mean they're going to put out a fucking item or a product to match it up. Is more to go ahead and cover their ass. But with this particular one, it seems interesting and everything else, but it just kind of proves our point, folks. You know, if you don't think that the console manufacturers are already thinking about the next big thing while you already have this in your hand, you know, you got to rethink what it is to actually be a business, you know? But we would really like to see your comments and your thoughts on this. You know, so leave us a comment below. While you're at it, hit that like button, hit subscribe. You know, every comment, like I say, with every video or every comment, is that every comment's beginning of a brand new conversation. And with every good conversation, it doesn't matter if you agree or disagree with anything that we have to say here in this video. If you stop for a moment and think about what we're saying, or if you get informed, and guess what? We've accomplished a lot more than you could ever imagine. All right. With that, for the middle-aged guys, I am the Reverend.
Gray Mouse 1.
Our bullshit on all the things Sony, whether or not it's a 4.5 firmware update or Sony filing a new patent for a brand new portable system, ends here. Thank you for staying with us all the way up until the end of this video. YouTube, we'll see you later.